I now give the floor to the representative of Greece.
Thank you, Mr. President. At the outset, let me express our appreciation to Undersecretary General Voronkov, seated Executive Director German, and FATF President Deanta Madrazo for their comprehensive briefings and for their continued commitment to this critical agenda. Mr. President, allow me to highlight the following points. First, we remain concerned due to the persistent and dynamic threat that Daesh poses to international peace and security, despite its territorial losses and leadership setbacks. As noted in the Secretary General's report, the organization continues to exploit fragility, particularly in conflict-affected or institutionally weak areas across the Middle East, Africa, and Central Asia. The situation in Syria is of particular concern. The collapse of the previous regime has been rightfully welcomed, yet there is a security vacuum which a range of actors, including terrorist groups, continue to take advantage of. Greece reiterates its support for Security Council Resolution 2254 and underscores the urgent need for a credible political roadmap to address instability and prevent Daesh from returning. Second, we agree with the report's emphasis on the increasing regionalization of the terrorist threat. The expansion of ISIL affiliates in the Lake Chad Basin, the Sahel, Somalia, and the DRC calls for stronger cooperation between the United Nations and regional organizations, including the African Union. In this context, allow me to reiterate Greece's support to capacity-building initiatives that reinforce national and regional resilience, including in maritime domains where security gaps can be exploited by transnational criminal and terrorist networks. Third, we welcome the tangible progress achieved in repatriating and reintegrating individuals, particularly children, from detention facilities and camps in northeast Syria. However, the humanitarian conditions in these facilities remain alarming. We commend the UN's cross-pillar assistance to member states, particularly in Iraq, Kazakhstan, and Nigeria, and we encourage the expansion of legal, psychosocial, and reintegration support mechanisms. As underlined in the Secretary General's report, a purely security-based approach is insufficient. Rehabilitation and accountability must go hand in hand, especially for children formerly associated with armed groups who are entitled to protection and reintegration in line with international norms. Fourth, Greece strongly supports the continued development of the UN's counter-terrorism architecture. We welcome the work of the Global Counter-Terrorism Coordination Compact and take note of the integrated, victim-centered approaches promoted by UN entities. We particularly commend initiatives aimed at protecting children and preventing their recruitment by terrorist groups in line with Resolution 2427, as well as the UNOCT's support for women-led reintegration efforts, an important contribution to the WBS agenda. Fifth, we are alarmed by Daesh's use of emerging technologies and artificial intelligence tools to spread propaganda and radicalization. We urge all member states to enhance digital resilience while safeguarding fundamental freedoms. Combating online incitement must remain a priority for international cooperation, especially as terrorist narratives evolve rapidly. Finally, Greece firmly condemns the illicit trafficking of cultural property and antiquities by terrorist groups like Daesh, which not only destroys the heritage of humanity, but also serves as a source of financing for violent extremism. We stress the importance of implementing Security Council Resolutions 2199 and 2347, as well as the most recent General Assembly Resolution 79/133 of 2024, which Greece co-sponsored, reaffirming the need for stronger international action and accountability across the cultural property trade chain. Mr. President, Greece remains fully committed to the implementation of the UN Global Counter-Terrorism Strategy and reiterates its unwavering support for the work of the Office of Counter-Terrorism, CTED, and the monitoring team. A coordinated, rights-based, and preventive approach remains the only path forward, one that strengthens the rule of law, protects the most vulnerable, and promotes sustainable peace. I thank you.
Agradezco a la delegación.
I thank Greece for the statement.